Welcome to Discussions with the Writer Fred, right here at Black Video Nose in San Antonio, Texas. And before we get started, I want to extend a hearty Happy New Year and prosperous New Year to all our viewers and followers. And this year we plan to have some very exciting and dynamic programs, especially as we go through 2019 and get ready for the turbulent year 2020 when there'll be another presidential election.
Yes,
And talking about elections today, I want to discuss something that's happening here in San Antonio. And for our international and national viewers, just bear with us on this one because this is more locally oriented. Right. Because recently we had a city councilman who stepped down from his seat to get appointed to a judgeship. And so now the battle is on. We have about 6 or 7 candidates who are trying to get that seat for the next, 4 months?
Yeah, before, five months through May, I believe.
Yes.
Before the election. So to get started here, let me introduce my guests.
Sure.
Yeah. They've been on my show before. They'll be on my show a lot more.
Yes,
and
sir.
they're going to help me make 2019 exciting
Yes,
right
sir.
here at Black Video News.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
And so to my far right, I have my brother Greg, who is a member of the Nation of Islam
Yes, sir.
and a community leader, and we go at it all the time. Before the
Yes,
show
sir.
got started, we were going at it.
It's all love.
But it's all in love
It's
and
all
friendship.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's all good.
And also I have with me today Brother William Johnson, who is been a high-ranking member in the Democratic Party here in San Antonio, and is definitely one of the community leaders.
Yes, sir.
And I couldn't have gotten two better folks to discuss this upcoming election. So the first question I want to throw at you, brothers, is if a person runs for a seat, and if it's 2 years, shouldn't that person be committed to those 2 years and not use that as a stepping stone and tossing all the folks that supported him aside, said, I'm not going to finish the term, I'm going on.
Right.
Doesn't he or she, don't they have a greater obligation to the people that elected them? And we start with Brother Greg. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I solely believe that Councilman Shaw did a disservice by stepping out before the term was up. And actually it was 2 days before it would have went to a general election that would put the community further behind, because that's about a 45 to 60 day process. And to use the community as a stepping stone, that was, far as I'm concerned, that was completely wrong in my own opinion. But I guess in one sense he had a right to try to better himself or his family. But I think in some cases you got to put the community above yourself before you just leave them in limbo.
Especially if you run for an office.
Yes, sir.
If you want to build your career, then do that. No one has any problem with that. But when you're elected and 62,000 people in District 2 say, we want you to represent us, you should do it for the
Yes,
2
sir.
years, then step down and then run for the next
Yes, sir.
office. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So, Brother Johnson, what you think?
I think I would probably see it a little bit differently.
Yes, sir.
It seems to me that an individual can run for a given office and intend to serve in good faith at the time that they are running. They have every intention of fulfilling the term. But sometimes life provides some opportunities for us along the way that we may not have anticipated initially, that sometimes it may be a once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunity. And I see no harm in gracefully stepping aside and allowing someone to take your place for the duration of that term. I just don't see a problem in that case. I don't know the particulars of his situation, but generally speaking, that's the way that I would size it up.
Yeah, okay. I have problems with the gracefully. What he did was not gracefully
All
done.
right, okay, I
He should have
understand.
served out his term.
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
we'll leave that alone and
All right.
move on.
Yeah.
The process, from what I understand, is that the city council will name the replacement and not the people of the district.
Correct.
Shouldn't there be a way that the people can say who they want to replace this man? What do you think, Brother William?
Well, the people certainly had that opportunity initially, and I believe the process as it is now requires the city council, to fill these unexpired terms. I recall when Dolores Lott took over when Ruth Jones McClendon went to the state legislature.
Right.
She served, and the process was the same as I recall. So I don't see any harm necessarily that would be done to the community for someone chosen by our councilman peers to make that decision for 2, 3, 4 months or so. In May, the citizen will in fact have an opportunity, and then they can right the ship if
Yes,
it
sir.
appears that
They don't
it
like
has gone wrong.
the choice made.
Right.
Or if that choice decides to put his her hat in the ring.
But that gives them a tremendous advantage, being the incumbent. Really, it should. It might not, but it should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brother Graham?
Well, something happened yesterday in San Antonio because there was a press conference held, and the community of District 2 presented their pick. His name is Derek Hillary. And the young man has been a 34-year firefighter. He's already retired. So the district, or the community of District 2, actually had a 3-step process in this. And there were 3 different meetings where all the candidates came out
Okay.
and put their bid in, per se.
Yeah.
And the first one was held with a group that started about 15 months ago of really trying to rally the community to say that we're going to have a voice in what we're going to do, what direction the community should go in. And Brother Fred, you came to the first meeting, and I think Brother Johnson, this was down at Bethel A&M
Yes.
and was finding common ground, conversation to better the community. And the same folks have gotten together, and it just has expanded in the 15 months.
Okay.
And that's what you have to date. So when we met over at Eastwood Community Church, there was probably 10 folks that stood up and said they was going to run. Then there were probably 4 in the audience that was quiet as a church mouse. And I think because of that, 2 probably would be in the line of what Brother Fred is saying. The city is trying to handpick them to place them in. That's why they kept quiet.
I see.
So the third meeting was over at Dominion Church of God in Christ last Saturday, and 6 came out. Chris Dawkins, you had Dory Brown, you also had Dan Martinez, Miss Homer, and of course Derek Hillary. And we had a panel discussion, and then they put out for the folks to vote, because there was probably 150 to 160 folks present.
Oh, good turnout.
And the following week, the previous week, there was about 150 standing room only.
well, good.
Wow.
And they could email in
Sure.
who they pick was.
Really?
Yes.
that's
So
good.
by number,
Good work.
Rose Hill, she was actually one of the official candidates, but she stepped down early. And she was the moderator going into the meeting last Saturday over at Dominion. She put her email out, plus she questioned folks. But by the sum, Derek was the winner. Now, I'm not at liberty to give you how many votes he had versus
understand.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
understand. Yeah.
But at that particular time, and that's what led into this press conference yesterday. And by a great number, man, it was raining, but we did it inside at Bill Miller's on the 2nd floor. And it was a great turnout.
Yeah. Okay.
So the community has spoken to challenge what used to be the form.
Yeah.
Let's go with something new, because previously the community is saying those picks the city has done has never worked out. And this is what I mean by not working out. The person that came in and took the seat for the interim has never won the seat coming into May.
Okay. And, that's fantastic what you just
Absolutely.
pointed out.
Yes, sir.
That is community involvement.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
that's
sir.
what we need. We need a lot more of that,
Yes,
don't
sir.
we?
Yes, sir. We need a lot more than that.
Now we'll see if they make the decision in a smoke-filled room.
Right.
And now then you all really have something to go after them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I would suspect, I don't know how you all feel, but if they pick someone other than who you want, now I think your job may be to start already organizing
Oh, yes, sir.
for May.
Yes, sir. We can start organizing on January the 11th.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
the pick is on January 10th.
Okay.
So if Derek is not our man, we're going to start mobilizing the next day. Yes,
What do you
sir.
think, Mr. Johnson?
Well, I think community involvement is certainly a good idea. I definitely don't argue that. However, though, I'm about ultimately, I guess I'm about process. I'm old fashioned that way. I mean, if this is a process and everyone knows how it's supposed to work, and community input is certainly part of that. That's not against the process. The council has chosen them in the past, and I'm just prepared to not to make too big of a deal, of that process. Just bring the weight on the council that you believe is appropriate,
Yes, sir.
and just hope that they will listen.
Well, don't you think something's awry or not there when the community has met?
Yeah.
They even voted.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't an official vote, but it was a vote.
Yes,
Says,
sir.
This is our person.
Right.
Why does the other members of the council have a right to go against what the people have already said they want to see happen?
Right.
I think
It's going to be a catch-22 this
I
year.
understand. I guess one could look at these individuals that was there, 150, 175, whatever it was. Do they in fact represent the thousands and thousands of District 2 residents? I mean, I guess we'd have to assume they do. So this could be really taken out and really in terms of, who's doing what for whom. I guess that case could be made as well, but it just depends. If they took the ball and running with it, then they deserve the credit, for
Yes,
what
sir.
they've established.
Well, I think the great part about what it was established, you have 29 homeowners associations in District 2. All 29 homeowners associations put in a vote.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So that's representing the whole 62,000 that live on the east side.
Oh, okay,
And the
fine.
most dangerous part about what's going on now, every other district will have to be faced with community action if this one don't work, because everybody in May
Okay.
is up for revoting.
Yeah, sure.
All their offices is up.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you're not listening to the community,
Include the mayor.
to include the mayor, every seat could be changed this coming May.
Does the mayor have a vote also?
Yes, if
He
it's a
does.
tie. All we need is 6 votes
Yeah.
for Derek to win. So therefore, every district, all 10 plus the mayor, is pretty much in a dangerous treading of water right now. Because if you go with the old business as usual, we gonna put in whom we choose to put in versus having a true community forum,
Yeah.
then that disrespects all other 9 districts because you're not listening to the community.
Well,
That's what's
that
so
disrespects District 2 for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, you would have some folks in District 1, because we had some folks from District 1, 3, and 5 that came to these meetings and spoke up as well. Because once again, it would be a disrespect if it was in District 5 and they rallied the same way District 2 did, and you chose another person versus the community picking the
That's
person.
really good because
Yes,
you have
sir.
the other districts backing up what
Yes.
you're doing, saying
Yes.
this is the way it should be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it dangerous for the first time in the city of San Antonio, that, and especially for black folks in San Antonio, you are seeing an organized movement versus a disorganized movement. And that's why it's been easy to put in whom you please, because the community was not organized. But now you have an organized community and everybody is going to tread water.
That's good.
That's great. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're going to take a break here.
Okay.
But when we come back, I want to raise another issue about this whole idea that District 2 is belongs to black
Yes, sir.
folks.
All right. Yes,
So
sir.
we're going to take a vote. We're going to break. I'm sorry. We'll take a break here, and we'll be right back with you in a couple minutes.
Okay.
You're here with Fred Williams at Discussions with the Writer Fred at Black Video News in San Antonio, Texas.
40% of food in America is never eaten.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew? Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew! You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door. Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys.
your dream vacation, and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Nothing to do this week? Don't miss another event. Go to blacksinsanantonio.com for our event calendar. The home of the largest business directory in San Antonio with an African American focus. Sign up today for our weekly e-blast and text message alerts. Help us make this a better community. Connect, empower, grow.
Back to discussions with the writer Fred here at Black Video News in San Antonio, Texas. And we've been discussing the open seat in City Council Seat 2 in the district. And Brother Greg said that the community,
Yes,
right,
sir.
Fred, it's first of the year. The community has had a number of meetings and have selected a person that they're recommending to the city council to be the person to fulfill that seat. So, Brother Greg, I'll put you on the spot here.
Yes, sir.
Why him?
Well, one reason the young man, when he interviewed with the body, it was 13 of us, and every showing, the young man, number one, is vested in the community because he lives in the community.
Right.
Number two, he has worked 34 years in the same community and grew up in the community. And they are mentoring. He started a program with the Black Firefighters Association that goes into junior high and high school and mentor young Black men. And so out of the delegates that were with him during this process, he showed that if he was willing to listen, and I don't think he ever reached to his pocket to just go throw out an answer. So therefore, if he was not aware of something, he said he was willing to contact Brother Fred, just using an example,
Yeah, I understand.
to say, Brother Fred, you are abreast in this background, man, I need your help.
All right.
All others that came in the room put the I factor.
Oh, they
I
did.
factor meaning that you the smartest
Yeah, I see
SOB
what you
in the
mean.
room.
I get it.
And I think that was
I
a
get it.
turnoff to
Well,
most.
Oh, really?
And
I see.
exactly when you send in the audience
All right.
listening
Yeah.
to what folks are saying behind you,
Sure, I hear you.
it is an overwhelming
Yeah.
process because some folks will say the brother that answered or the sister that answered the question before, they stuck their sock in their mouth because they knew it was BS.
All right.
Follow me? And I think the young man has a vested interest in the community. And I
Yeah.
believe that this will be the first time that you would have a true citizen that was born, raised, worked, go to church in the community, and 4 generations.
I see.
So he's vested.
Well, I have to take a little opposition to
Yes,
that.
sir. No problem.
Yeah. People can come to this community from other places and do just as good as someone who was born here.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that should be, it shouldn't be the deciding
No, that wasn't a
criteria.
deciding factor. I'm just saying that if you're invested in something, like all others, give you an idea. The Turks, District 2 holds the most money in Turk money.
Yeah.
It's $18 million.
I see.
District 1 and District 5, City Council sit as the chair, and Shaw was the president per se of District 2. So whoever takes that seat is going to be in control of $18 million for development on down the line. And if that person does not rely on anybody in the community, because guess what happened in the past 15 months? There has not been a lot of movement.
Well, that's
And
Shaw's fault.
Yes, that's what we're saying. I don't want to call his name out, but that's a true statement. Because once again, that's just one. And then you have 39 boards that most of us don't have a clue what boards exist in District 2.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
no,
So therefore, once again, whoever takes the seat is going to have to be up to speed because it's really not serving 5 months. You come in on January 10th, February 15th, you got to put in bid for re-election. So you really ain't in office but 30 days. So therefore,
That's
the
right.
person coming in, you got to say, okay, I'm gonna run for May, February 15th. Follow me? So those who did
If the
not,
intent is to run.
yes, his intent is to
I
run.
say if the intent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And most that
Well, let me ask you this.
yes, sir.
Just because he may get picked for this 4-month period
Yes.
doesn't mean that he automatically should be
No.
reelected.
No, sir. No, sir. Nobody's saying that. This will be the first time in the history of San Antonio. If they do listen to the community, then the community has spoke and that the process has changed.
I see.
Because once again, you could bring in somebody that none of us know to take his seat and still could win in May. So therefore, that's not a true representation of the community.
Okay.
Follow me? So a lot of times what happens in our communities, people are picked and we normally follow the process. So this is the first time we've ever picked.
And it's good.
Yes.
That's outstanding.
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. But I think the young man with, because this is really a full-time job as well. But
Finally got a decent salary, didn't they?
yes, they got a decent salary somewhere between $45,000, $46,000.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nothing to snob at. But at the same time, if you got a retiree coming in and got other pay
Retirement.
along with that,
That's pretty nice.
it's pretty nice. Now you can actually say, I can respect this man because he's out here working
Yeah.
or she's working and we keep it moving.
Yeah, that's right.
But applications are being taken
Yes.
up until, I think, the 7th.
Yes, it is. Next
And
Monday.
then they're going to make the decision
On the 9th.
9th, yes.
Well,
And
let me
Brother
interrupt.
Johnson.
My understanding is that applications are taken through tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Oh, is it
Yeah, tomorrow.
Cuts off.
Yes.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow
The 4th.
at 5,
The
it cuts
4th.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah.
And on the 7th, they are going to have a
They're gonna start.
general assembly and you
Oh,
can come
really?
down to City Hall, where the council meets,
Uh-huh.
and they're going to list 3 people for District 2. Then they
What do you mean they're going to list 3 people?
Yes, it's a three-person chair per se, meaning that they're going to take 3 applicants,
Out
decide
of all the ones that have applied,
have applied.
Okay.
they're going to take only 3.
Yes,
And then what they're going
because
to
they
do?
vet it. Then they'll narrow it down to the 1.
So they're going to vet over the weekend? You say?
Yes, because on the 7th, you'll find out who are the 3.
Oh, I see.
Then on the 9th, they got to vote between the 3 to become the council
what?
person.
I see. Okay.
Right.
Very
So
good.
on
Yeah.
Monday, everybody in District 2 needs to be downtown. We
They
just
sure
haven't
do.
got the
Yeah.
time yet.
Yeah.
You haven't got the time?
No, sir. We'll find out the time hopefully today or
Could
tomorrow.
you possibly get it to
Yes,
Mr. Booker?
I will.
So he might want to put it up
Yes.
so everybody
Yes.
will
And we
know.
like the whole community to come out
Yeah.
and buy into the process and be a part of the process also.
Okay. William, you were thinking about maybe, and I think, I don't know all these other people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know this brother here.
Yeah.
And he has served his community
Oh, yes.
so well
Yes, he
over
has.
all the years. And he was even thinking about maybe throwing his hat in. Are you still considering that? Or would you rather wait until the general election? What's your feeling?
No, really though, I'm not. My position is this: I do intend to run.
Oh, you
I do
do?
intend to put
Okay.
together. I do intend to put together a packet.
Yes, sir.
You know, those Saturday meetings you speak of, I was out of town both of them. First,
Yes, sir.
I was in Las Vegas. Second, I was in my hometown.
Yes, sir.
So I missed both meetings and not really familiar with what took place, except what you've done a good job
Yes, sir.
of sharing
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
process,
Yes,
which is
sir.
a good process. But no, I've been thinking, kicking around and bounced it off of a few folks. And I feel like, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is, I would give it my darndest to see what I can do to represent the district in which I've lived since I've lived in San Antonio.
That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
I'm not a hometown guy.
Yes, sir.
Bryan, Texas. But I've been here quite a number of years, and I have a feel for this town and this district
Yes, sir.
that I believe I can represent reasonably well. So yes, that's
I can think of no one. I do a lot at the library over there.
Yes, sir.
I do a lot in the world of the culture and writing.
Yes, sir.
And one thing I can say about Brother William, he's there when no one else is there.
Oh, yes, sir. I
He's
agree.
at all these events
I
all
will
the
agree.
time.
Yes, sir.
And he would be to me, he would be, I'm not endorsing on the show.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
But I'm just saying that if he would be an excellent representative from this community. And I hope you decide to do that. And even, William, if they don't pick you, I really strongly urge you to run in May.
May. Oh, yes, sir.
You got it coming to you. You have it coming to you.
There's another side. Now, Monday, I already have a trip, a trip planned for Monday. I'll be back Monday night.
Oh, okay.
But I'll be leaving on Monday for what it's worth. You know,
Yes,
to
sir.
me, though, this is not, the end of the world or anything.
No.
I wish well,
Yes,
the
sir.
younger fellows who's running, and I can appreciate that. It has
Yes,
nothing
sir.
to do with that at all, but I feel like I can serve, I guess, in a way as caretaker for the district
Yes, sir.
and have no intention of running in May, really, and allow someone an opportunity to to go ahead and take care of the situation, run seriously.
Well, we have
in
to
May,
talk about
and We
that.
select
We
the,
have to talk
you know,
about that
the
after
best
this.
person.
We have to talk about this.
That's the way I'm
William
looking
Johnson recommended me to the chief to be on the Civilian Review Board
Yes, sir.
almost 7 years
It's been a
ago.
long time ago.
It's been a
man.
long time,
Yeah.
and I've been
sir.
on all
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah,
and you,
sure.
and you know what that represents?
Yes, sir.
We have black representation,
Representation.
and at some point, I'm going to do that show
Yes, sir.
here about how important that and how we dismiss
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
that review board
Yes, sir.
over there, and it's important that we have somebody
Yes, sir.
black on that board. And I start another term in a couple weeks.
Okay.
But before we close
good.
out, I've heard over and over again, especially here in San Antonio. I've lived a lot of places. I don't think I've heard it as much in D.C. or California as much here. District 2 is a black district. But then I come to find out there are more Hispanics live in District 2 than blacks. How can you lay claim to a district?
Well, I'm 56 years old.
You young man.
Young man. And far as I can remember back, I believe Claude Black was the first
Was it? Yeah.
representative
Hilliard
for
was there?
District 2. Hilliard.
He was one of the first.
Yeah, he was one of the first.
Yeah.
And so in that span, because San Antonio had to have, and we got to remember, we went through integration, segregation, and majority of the people at that particular time, more blacks was on the east side of town.
That's right.
So you had to have a black representative somewhere to represent black folk in San Antonio, and I think that's where it initially started at. And throughout this process of years, it's always been a black representative in District 2. Now, Art Hall broke the barrier down by getting District 8 back probably in 2006 or some time frame
Around
like
there,
that,
yeah.
but he only served that one term.
Because he ran for mayor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so since then, that's the conversation. And I out of the 62,000 folk that live on the east side of town, if we break it down into voting terms, it's about less than 8% that actually vote.
Okay.
In any political running, you only get about 6,500 folk out to vote.
Vote, yeah.
Even in the last District 2 runoff with Shaw, the number was a little bit over 6,500. He won 2,774 votes to Warwick, 23,440. Keith Toney came in around 1,600. So that still adds up to 6,500 people.
Okay.
So the catch is because number 2, District 2 swings all the way around to Northampton, which is only a block from Commerce. And you have majority of black folks that live out in Northampton. You got Sunrise. You got different pockets, but out of the 62,000, it don't take but 6,500 to win.
win.
I mean, total, well, 2,700 to win because only 6,500 are coming out to vote.
And that's not a problem endemic to San Antonio.
No.
That's all over the country.
Yes,
when it comes to black
that is.
voting.
Yes, sir, when it comes to voting.
Yeah, District 2 is a, the huge district, geographically.
Yes, sir.
As well. And there's a northeast portion of District
Yes.
2. I've lived where I'm living now for the last 42 years, and initially I was District 10.
Right.
I haven't moved, but District 2 has moved
Moved out.
into
Yes.
my neighborhood, so
Right.
I'm not part of District 2. So those of us in Northeast also feel like that representation of the interests that we share is also something that to be kept in mind.
Yes, sir.
We say East Side, and that's fine. I certainly identify, with East Side and what have you, but it's a huge district, and a lot of people are all over the place, so we might want to think of it not necessarily as East Side per se, but just the District 2, which
Yes, sir.
encompasses Northeast, downtown,
Town.
and part of the East Side as well, so it's a huge district.
Yes, sir. It really is.
Well, we should get, I believe, away from staking claim
Yes, sir.
to a district, because if we can do it logically following, everyone else should be able to do it.
Yes, sir.
And you should just win because you're able
Based
to.
on your,
Yeah, on your
on
merit.
merit,
Oh, yes, sir.
ability.
Yes, sir.
Well, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming in today
Yes, sir.
to
All right,
hang
appreciate
out
it.
with
Yeah.
discussion with the
Anytime.
writer Fred.
Yes, sir.
And we will follow up on this. I'm going to say now and go on record as saying, whoever wins, I hope they come to this studio
Yes, sir.
and are willing to be interviewed here on Black Video News
Yes, sir.
about what they plan to do for the next 4 months. And I hope, and I know you guys are going to do this. You all, men and women, are going to do this. You're gonna hold them accountable.
Oh, yes, sir.
For what they say they're going to do.
Yes, sir.
Because they have to run again
Yes.
in 4 or 5 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is true.
Yeah. I want to thank you
All
all
right,
for
very good.
tuning in to Discussion with the Writer Fred. And we are doing as we usually do, telling our story, our way.